Okay, so you've brought your ACA light from either ACA Ireland or one of our great vendors that are around Second Life. What are you going to do with what you've brought? Well, open up your inventory, make sure you're in a place where you have resing rights. Can be found in most places, especially I'd like to say northeast corners of Blake Sea Sims. And what we're going to do is go into our objects folder. It could also be found in your recent items, and we're going to literally drag it down and res it on the water. Okay, what we're going to do then is right click on the object and open up the box, and there we have it. That's all the information, the boat and the HUD that we have. So I'm now going to copy that to inventory, and as you can see we have a pretty picture, all the important information about the ACA light, the groups and communities you can join, a very quick summary of the ACA and what it can do, and some texturing ideas about the ACA as well. This boat can be fully textured as we would normally do. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is save on litter, so I'm going to take that back into my inventory. That can be re-resed, and if you need a new boat you can put that boat down there. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is open up my light box, and the first thing I'm going to do, most importantly, is if I'm in an area where there's lots of lag and sag and all kinds of nasty Second Life things, I'm going to deprim. Deprim is really quite important. So first thing I'm going to do is take off my hair, detach. Okay, so that's going to reduce my prims, and that's going to reduce the load on the server. Quite important that we do that with any boat we have. We try and reduce prims as much as we possibly can. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take off my animation controller. Okay, that's reduced my scripts. I should see Second Life bounding around like a good one. Next thing I'm going to do is to wear my ACA Racer HUD, and we can see on the left hand side our ACA HUD. Go into that a little bit later. And next thing I'm going to do is drag the boat out and place it onto the water. And there we have it. Takes a couple of seconds for it to res, but there it is. I'm on a particularly slow internet service here. Okay, so I've got my boat resed, I've got my HUD up. Next thing I'm going to do is click on the wheel with a right mouse click, and you'll see one of the cheese pieces says board, so that's the next thing I'm going to do. I've boarded. I am now on my ACA racing light. You'll notice it's already starting to move. Don't worry, that's just the effects of the tide here where I am. The boat. Okay, as we're on the boat, you'll probably notice when you've resed your boat, you may well get this blue screen up in the top right hand side. This is a wind setting. Sometimes happens near race start lines or where we've got wind setters. I'm actually going to accept the wind settings. It saves me having to manually set up the wind. So the wind now should be set up correctly for me. I think the wind was at 17 knots or 17 meters per second, and as we can see, the wind. Where are we? Yes. True wind is at 90 and is at 20 knots, which is around about what we wanted. I better go through a few bits and pieces about this HUD. At the top we have the boat speed, which at the moment is doing nothing because we're not going anywhere. The depth under the keel is 18.2 metres, which gives us a fair few amount of metres to play with. Our boat, I believe, has a keel depth of 4 metres, so anything under 4 metres we should start to be concerned that we might run aground. Underneath that we have the wind direction and the wind speed. The wind direction will change between true wind, and if I press this we have apparent wind. Apparent wind is where the wind feels it's coming along or coming at you. If you imagine you're sitting in a car and you're stationary and the wind is 90 degrees to you, you feel the wind at 90 degrees. But if you start moving forward, the wind starts to feel like it's coming further and further in front of you, until you're doing a speed and you just get the wind in the head and the wind feels like it's in front of you. Exactly the same in sailing. We have apparent wind and we have true wind. We normally sail to apparent wind. However, this does give you a choice of true wind. Now, true wind's rather important. I'm assuming the sailor here knows nothing about sailing, which is great. A boat cannot sail directly into wind. We have to zigzag, tack, if you like, up the wind, making our way towards windward. And again, we lose speed anything after around about 155 degrees from the wind direction. That being said, we always set our sails to the apparent wind. So sometimes we need to know the true wind and sometimes we need to know the apparent wind. Now with the ACA Lite we give you both. In fact, we give you 3 settings. The first click of the wind button will give us the true setting, or the true direction of the wind, and we can see here it's coming at us at 98 degrees. Give the button a click again. Give the button a click again. It gives us the apparent wind, where the wind feels like it's coming from, and again it's around about 100 degrees. If we press it again, it will give us true direction for a couple of seconds, and then hopefully, touch wood again, touch wood again for the 3rd time. We have a true setting, and then it turns to our apparent wind setting. True wind setting, apparent. So that when we're going along, we can see we're not going up too far into the wind, or we're not going too far away from the wind, and we can trim ourselves to the apparent wind setting. Simple, huh? Yeah. The 2 other buttons reduces the opacity of the HUD. So if we're enjoying the view, we don't want to see the HUD too much, we can reduce the view, and again by clicking up we increase how much of the HUD we can see. Okay, enough. We need to set sail, do we not? That's what we're here for. How do we raise sail? Quite simple. By using the up arrows on the sails, we can raise the jib and raise the mainsail. Now the good thing about the ACA Lite is the sails are automatically set to the right angles for the wind. Okay, it's really very, very simple. This boat is for touring and enjoying yourselves. You can see the boat there. Apparent wind is 34. Our sails are set correctly. It's as simple as that. It is almost a point and click boat. Okay, true. I'm going up to 31 degrees. That's still good sailing. However, if I go less than 20 degrees, we can see our boat speed is going down, decreasing rapidly. So all I need to do then is to use my left and right arrow keys to move it away from the wind. Let's just keep this on true. 27 degrees. Okay, we're getting some forward momentum there. 6.6, 7.3, and we can sustain a nice cruise. Okay, and we're cruising along quite nicely. The sails are setting themselves, and we can just look at what on earth we're doing, who we're talking to. Can have a look at the view. There's a buoy we're going to go around. The only other thing you need to do is to, let's go around this buoy. Oops. Right, we're going to go downwind. I'm feeling a bit audacious. Right. Anything above 130 degrees, I can put this spinnaker up. So what I need to do is to press spinnaker and the up, and we're raising the spinnaker now. Okay, we're really going to start seeing the benefit of the spinnaker. Let's say anything over, see, we're starting to lose speed going down, and if we go anything less than 130 degrees, we can see we're going to lose control of the boat very, very quickly. It doesn't like anything less than 130 degrees. To get back into the jib, quite simple. I'm going to press the jib button and I'm going to press up. You can see it's lowering the spinnaker. It takes about 10 seconds, as it would do in real life. And there we go. Our jib sheet is up. We can continue sailing. Guys, it really is as simple as that. All you'd need to do then is find a great place to sail to. We are intending to use this boat for cruises and hopefully to teach you the basics of racing without you having to think about the sail settings. So you can think about boat position, tactics. The one thing also that should be noticed, if you're racing or sailing with friends and they come in the wind shadow of you, it will affect your boat speed, and it will be noticed by red, yellow and green on the HUD. Something like that. But that's really it. The ACA is a really, really easy boat to use. This is the ACA Lite. As I say, it's the cut down version of the ACA 3.0, and when you're ready, when Second Life's ready, to move up to the 3.0, you'll have a great grounding in how to sail the ACA. Okay, we'll just come up here, and to stop, all we can do is lower the sails, or indeed what we can do is go up to the top here, and we have a mooring button. As you can see, we are coming to a halt. Guys, sailing doesn't get any easier. If you've got any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. I am Quirky Torok, Q to his friends. If you need any help, please just IM me. I'm quite friendly. And we intend in the very near future to get some events going up just for the ACA Lite. I'm thinking about getting some sales done just for the ACA Lite and give them out to you free of charge. ACA, it is the friendliest of the fleets, so please don't be afraid to drop me an IM, and I'll see you on the water. Take care, God bless.